This is really oh, there. How about that? Hearing audio. How about that? Still hearing audio. How about now? Not done live stream before, so this is me figuring it out. I mute this. Is it muted now? It will not mute. Hmm. So the way Riverside lets you use a second camera doesn't really work here. Um, it doesn't work in live recording, which seems baffling to me. And I not get that to mute. Can I mute it as a producer? A microphone is muted. There's no way for me to mute the output. Even trying to push the volume all the way down, I can't mute it. That's really annoying. Maybe I just hook up a second camera to the same PC. I'm not sure if it'll allow me to do that. Oh, this is a challenge. Do I just live with it and continue? Hmm. Nobody's watching, so who cares, right? The audio. Get this to shut up. Speaker option. Here, can't mute there. Mute my speaker. There we go. There's a hidden option. All right. Ah, I've lost video. So push the stupid camera button. Yeah, repair this bamboo 3D printer uh, spool feeder. This is a thing that feeds the actual media into the 3D printer, and it's jammed. Let me share this. If I can pick up anybody be a test audience. What does that look like to them? Send somebody that link. Whoops. Taste it. I would expect. Okay. So let's whole thing. Post to Mastodon. This guy. Let's see if I pick up somebody. If not, that's fine because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get started here. So I think it's very likely the jam is here in this second one here. And I briefly looked at the instructions for taking this thing apart. So that's all I know what to do. There's two screws here. I'm going to have to take those out to pull this out. But I'm also noticing that there's a little message here. Remove the plastic bag of desiccant before use. Whoops. It's so funny. We were just putting, you can see there, these random bags of silica gel of desiccant that you get from the random items that you buy. They put it in there when you ship. Yeah, and I think we were intended to take this out of the plastic, reinsert this, and this is actually here because you get to dry out the medium. Apparently, 3D prints don't work as well if there's too much moisture during the print process or in the media. So when you actually store the, why am I blanking on the name of the stuff? The which is not always plastic. I thought it was all plastic. I found out some of it is not a petroleum product at all. But there's these little box that you're supposed to put this stuff in. Yeah, little slots for it right there. And we're just dumping random bags of silica gel in here, not realizing we hadn't set this thing up right in the first place. So I'm learning now. So now I've got to get down and reach in these holes. Just got to remove this whole thing first. I'm not sure. I can't even see in there. I'm going to assume it's Phillips. I fix it kit. main concern is this isn't going to be long enough to reach the bottom. I think it is very narrow passageway. You have this thing, but it's not going to help. I can fit in a bit. This is a very common problem that I have with screwdrivers. Is the shaft of the screwdriver is too big. That go ahead and make your jokes in certain places. What next is I've got to go find old school, old fashioned screwdriver that's narrow enough to fit in there, but also it's got to be hex. So, I mean, really, this is built for Allen wrenches. I've got a whole bucket of Allen wrenches next door. Oh, nice. Bucket. You can see big. It's a size down. Pretty small here. Maybe this came with a hex wrench. I don't know. I haven't had a problem with it. We've been printing with this for about a year now. I'm guessing I don't remember exactly when we got it. No issues so far until this jam. It's a size larger. I think it's his first one that I tried. Not fun at all. Why can it just be Phillips screw? Everyone's question repairing stuff, right? Or Torx. Just make everything Torx. T20. What's wrong with that? I have to have 50 different types of screwdrivers. Nothing is. Honestly, I'm not even percent sure that it's excited. It just looks. The sanity check here. Let me race for it. Let me look up some instructions. The one is, of course, I'm using my phone as a camera here, and all the answers to my questions are on my phone, but I can't look at it right now. Filament break in the path. Let's go. And yeah, I remember looking at this yesterday. Okay, here we go. Here's the instructions. All right, so disconnect the AMS. Did that. Uh, Filament. That's the word I've been missing. The word is filament. It's been a long week. Got up at 4 a.m. to take my family to the airport. Got back at about 6. Went back to bed. Slept a little bit more, but the brain still isn't 100%. Okay. So yeah, we pull that out. Pull that out. Okay, this is a video. Filament may be broken inside the AMS. It's showing how to disconnect the stuff from the back. Okay, it just says unscrew the spool header, and it shows somebody using a nondescript single-purpose screwdriver. And voila, it just comes out. It just pops right out. Come on. Let me watch this on YouTube. Maybe there's some notes on the YouTube video that tell you what you should be using. Okay. This video is a part of the tutorials in the wiki. So it redirects me right back to the same wiki that sent me to this video. And there are no details on what tool to use. To just take this out. This is just a very simple problem. What tool size thing do I need to use here? Yeah, I can at least find the right size. What do we call this part? Spool hole. Unscrew the spool hole. Bamboo AMS spool holder. Screw size, which I wrote all in caps, because that's gonna help. It's an M3 screw. Thank you. Somebody in the forum. M3 screw, length maybe 12 millimeter. M3 by 8 screw. So M3, is that a size for hex? 3. There is a 3. Thank you to iFixit for labeling stuff. So this is the 3. It's pretty close. I don't know how this video is looking. It looks kind of choppy. Lighting doesn't look great to me from the top-down video. How well it's refocusing on things. That's not too bad. Again, this whole video is an experiment. I've never live streamed before, so I have live streamed before, but like podcasts with the script and stuff, like not just fixing something randomly. It's not catching. Use this one size. If this can't do it, nothing will. Assuming it's the right size. Yeah, it's just not falling into a slot. Got to be smaller, or I'm just going down the wrong path altogether. Also the same size. What's the next size down from this? It's the same size. Super tiny here. With 30 minutes. Seriously, every project. So this would take me about 30 minutes. Spends 30 minutes finding the right tool for the screw, or the project can even begin. Oh, I swear, big stuff all the time. I've never struggled this much to get a single screw out. There are two screws holding this in. It should be super, super simple. Seriously, they just show them putting some tool in there, unscrewing, just like it's any other screw. It does just look like it does look like this would be way too large. It's the same size. Could it be as tiny as this? I've got one person watching me torture myself here. Chat. There's the chat. Thank you, filament. Filament. It was filament. Um, Yeah, I've got security Torx. I have every bit. I have all, full set of iFixit stuff. I've got like a set just for game consoles. There's that weird tool you need to pull apart an NES cartridge. I've got that. Um, but yeah, this is baffling. Why would you use hex? Is it some special size that I don't have here? I feel like I've tried the entire range of what it could be. All right, I got one more tool set. Let me grab that, see if there's anything in there that offers to enlighten this process. No, I put that tool set. Here's that crazy NES opener tool I just mentioned. Wild. It's a kit. With a bunch of tabs that you have to press all at the same time. And this does all the pressing for you. And again, here, I think we're going to run into the same problem that none of these bits are going to be long enough to get the job done. Just randomly choose something that works. So because it's hex, the nice thing about hex is you can shove a Torx in there or a Torx security or whatever, because they have the same general six-sided six-sided shape. Should work. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was long enough. Well, let's just measure it real quick, right? Inserted. That's in the bottom. So it needs to be that long. It's an additional challenge I just don't really need right now. Need long. Okay. Defeated by a screw. Defeated by single hex screw. Two hex screws. We're guessing it's hex because Enbu doesn't tell us that. Troubleshooting guide. Okay. I did not read the instructions well enough. Tools and materials needed. Needle nose pliers. 1.5 millimeter hex key included with printer. 2.0 millimeter hex key included with printer. So it does. Okay, I have to retract all my statements. It does tell me what size. So 1.5 and 2. So I assume that's what these numbers refer to. 1.5 is quite small, and so is 2. So at least I have now I have references. I have a 1.5 here and a 2 here, thanks to iFixit. Labeling their stuff. And okay, we got a lead now. And it's the ones. Okay, so that's 2. And that's 1.5. It's literally the 2 that I've been trying to open it with. So I've got the right tools. So clearly what I need to do is just try harder. Using SAE, I have no idea what these keys are. Everything's unlabeled. SAE versus metric. I mean, they're just Allen keys. I mean, assuming iFixit has things labeled in metric, and for me eyeballing it, I think I'm getting it right. Yeah, nothing wants to fall into place. Couldn't be. I know how to use an Allen wrench. I've put together and taken apart a lot of beds and a lot of IKEA furniture and a lot of other things that just ship stuff like this. Let me go check the official tools it says that it's shipped with. I've got a box of all the stuff it's shipped with. We got the box of stuff. Filament samples, all kinds of stuff go along with 3D printing. Probably gonna pick the bottom here. Well, we do have some Allen wrenches. Oh, look at that long boy. They don't they don't typically ship them like that. This looks like it may be the one that we need. So I'm going to set it right there. And there's also a much thicker one. Take that out. I'm assuming these are the ones that shipped with the device. We kept everything together like we should have. Oh, there's an extra nozzle. Okay. Back in here. Better sort this stuff later. This has to be. It's got to be a slightly different size than these other keys. Or perhaps it's just the extra length that helps here, but the screw is now coming out. Oh boy. It's 4:30 on a Friday. I need a beer. Whiskey. First we fix, then we celebrate. Picking out 2 screws is not cause for celebration just yet. All right. We've extracted 2 screws. Okay. Clean up my work area so I don't lose these 2 screws. Well, it's back in place. We put that with the other stuff. what do they call this? The Okay, there's going to be some wires to unplug, so take care to avoid the wire, they say. Tool holder, that's what this is called. Stuff. I fix it tray. Back of that stuff. Okay, here. So, like that's Oh, I see. Grabbing this. My fingers are it clears. Backup video, I'm not ready. Okay, two Molex connectors. Just pop those guys up. Oh, oh. Got two Molex connectors disconnected here. Hopefully, yes, they are different sizes. Plug one into the wrong place later. And this is now just a box. Do not eat. Okay. Need box. What's next? Let's flip it over and see if we can see the clog. We can. Look at this orange here. There is our clog. We need to remove this bit of filament. Thank you again for the word. This bit of filament here. Okay, they were showing how to disconnect this tube here. Watch that bit of video real quick. Okay, they show using a bit of filament to shove it through. Press the black connector to release the tube. Retrieve the broken bit. Don't have a piece of filament to help remove this. I may not need to. Look at that. See that there? As I pulled out the tube, we can see the broken off piece of filament in there. Well, maybe we're going to make the 30 minutes after all. Look at that. My first live stream, and if I choose to edit this, I'm going to have one of those SpongeBob 20 minutes later, 2 hours later memes. I don't want to make sure. Okay, feels like it snapped back into place. That should be it. Look at all these other Molex connectors in this board here. A lot of stuff going on there. A lot of stuff going on there. Here, that's coming out. Even there's one extra connector here. I wonder what that's for. Squirrel. All right, getting distracted. I think we may have the problem solved. So let's bring the box back, reconnect everything. I'll see if I can finish my 3-stage print job I started doing the other day. I think I might actually save this bit in case it comes in useful to dislodge another broken off piece in the future. Also, while I'm in here, I should make 100% sure there are no other clogged tubes here. Because the tubing is clear, like you saw with the orange, it was immediately obvious where the clog was. And I think we're good. Don't see any other clogs. How did these four come down to one? What witchcraft is this? You got to be very careful about controlling which of these paths is being used at any given time. Interesting. Okay. Let's get the box back. Symbol. Be careful how you hold this thing so you're not pressing on all those other wires. Not really be one of the triggers on the phone. We do it. Get these plugged in. So the challenges are not over. Okay. Got one in. It's something where if you've done Molex connectors before, you're gonna have to you get the orientation right, and then you just have to do the rest by feel. Think it goes this way. These things are small enough, you're just not going to be able to see what you're doing. A lot of this working on cars also. Just doing stuff I feel. All right, we got the second one in. Both plugged in. You need to get them in the right slots because they are different sizes. They just plug in, no tools needed there. Those cables are at their limit, and you kind of so. Oh, there it goes. I've forgotten how I took this. See it fitting up, lining up perfectly. Okay, that's it. Screw one. Say a prayer. Not enough room for it to flip around and orient on. Maybe I should have put it on the end of the hinge before putting it in there. So something I like to do is I spin it intentionally the wrong way just to get it to line up with the hole, and then screw it in. Because you can feel it slot into the hole when you spin it the wrong way. You don't do that, you risk messing up the threads. And this is just metal on plastic, so you can really thread things badly. Make it really hard to take out the next time. That little click there, hear it? I'm not sure if the microphone's picking that up, but that tells you you've got it in the right spot. Both of these are in and well tightened. And we are done. That's it. So I'm going to put the This takes 4 rolls of filament, 4 slots here, and my newly unpackaged desiccant. Because we did that wrong. Because we don't need to put the little bags, the bags we have in there anymore. Toss that. And I'm going to get this back together and see if everything prints correctly. Thanks for watching, the one person that was watching. And thanks for Fancy Kitchen's video that you can microwave silica gel to refresh it. That's good to know. Yeah, so the interesting thing about this substance is that I learned it can both absorb moisture and release moisture. So you could actually have, I can show that on the stream. Yeah. And so if you're storing that silica gel in a humid place and then you put it somewhere to have it absorb moisture, to your point, that could have the opposite effect of what you want from it. It could release moisture into your environment. So that's I appreciate that trick to microwave the gel desiccant to refresh it. So basically what you're doing when you microwave it is you're heating up that moisture within the gel to a point to where it becomes steam and dries it out. And, you know, as long as you promptly take it out of the microwave, it shouldn't reabsorb that steam. So thanks for that. That's a good hack. I'll have to remember that because I bought a huge bag of this desiccant to use specifically with these things. So people, when they take these out, they get quart Ziploc bags. Basically, I got a bunch of generic Ziploc bags, and that's how they store this stuff. You put one of these bags of desiccant in there, you seal it in the bag, and that keeps it nice and dry. So that's where my filament is right now, and I'm going to get it back in this guy, hook this back up to my P1S bamboo, and see if we can get it printing again. So thanks for joining.